I've been looking forward to this day for over 2.5 years now. Every once in a while, a product is introduced to the market that revolutionizes the way businesses think about IT. We are very excited to introduce one to you today. So we're introducing 3 revolutionary software technologies in one platform. 1. A revolutionary virtual networking technology that simplifies the most complex portion of any infrastructure, the network. 2. An elastic flash storage technology that's integrated with the network to deliver super high performance and reliable storage. And 3. An on-premises enterprise cloud with SaaS management that's as easy to use as the public cloud. All these are integrated with compute and enterprise-grade virtualization into one platform. Yes, one platform. We are calling it Cloudistics Ignite, a complete enterprise cloud in a box. Cloudistics is going to reinvent the infrastructure, and here's how. So the most advanced IT infrastructures today are called public clouds. They are easy to use with minimal infrastructure management. They're pay-as-you-go. They scale elastically. Who wouldn't want that? They can make businesses a lot more agile. Public clouds shift IT's focus from managing complex infrastructure to managing services and app delivery, much more value add to the business. However, the challenges with public clouds are that enterprises still require control of their apps and data. They still need predictable application performance. Public clouds, after all, are shared resources, so there's contention for those resources with other users. They also require predictable costs. Think about it. How are you to know how many IOPS a SQL server is going to use today, or how much bandwidth they require over a period of time? It's literally impossible. So many businesses are moving quickly to adopt a new infrastructure strategy that's much closer to the public cloud model to improve operational efficiency and reduce costs. We set out to leapfrog all these challenges with a platform that delivers the best of the public cloud with the control of an on-premises infrastructure. A platform that is way more focused on delivering services and applications. A platform that is as easy to use as the public cloud. A platform that delivers on-premises control of your apps and data. A platform that delivers predictable performance. And a platform that has way better scaling cost. That's what Ignite is. So we have reinvented the infrastructure. We started with a revolutionary SaaS interface that is a single point of control for your enterprise cloud, and it's an interplay of software and hardware. So why did we need to completely rethink this space? Consider several different infrastructure products: VMware, EMC, Cisco, the usual suspects. And what's wrong with their products? Well, they are not complete. They just don't converge everything you need to deploy, use, and manage an enterprise cloud. Each one requires another component from another vendor. Most don't have integrated networking. Most don't have integrated virtualization. No one offers a single point of control for both the software and the hardware. And because they're not complete, you have to add stuff to make them complete. You can try a hyperconverged product. They converge compute and storage together, but you still need to add networking. And for many, you still need to add virtualization. And they all couple scaling, which increases costs, and it makes them much harder to use. You can try OpenStack, but it's way too hard. It requires too many experts to set up and manage. So how do we make all this into a single platform? We did it by getting rid of all those management silos and building a single enterprise cloud platform. Let's take a look at Tesla as an example. The car is amazing. It only has 54 moving parts, while a typical car has 10,000 moving parts. We built our platform like Tesla by eliminating layers of complexity and reducing the number of moving parts, which greatly increases reliability. We definitely didn't want complicated SAN storage. We definitely didn't want to add another layer of networking either. We definitely didn't want to add a complex virtualization software and separate management for it just to run my applications. We tried to get away from all that complexity. We used the same open source components for web scale as Google and Apple. We used the same enterprise-grade commodity hardware that you know and most likely use. We used our patented network and storage virtualization technologies. With Ignite, we did all this without needing any complicated SAN infrastructure or additional networking gear. It's far faster than conventional approaches. It protects against misconfigurations, it's secure, and it's super smart. We call our next generation enterprise cloud Superconverged. So Superconverged is when you integrate network, storage, compute, and virtualization all into one platform. We have always been promised a future of software-defined everything. Superconvergence delivers on that promise. So what is Ignite? Ignite is a 5U appliance that runs on your premises and consists of 3 blocks: a compute block, a storage block, and a network block that ties it all together and connects to your infrastructure. If you need more capacity, you can scale each block independently. If you need more compute, add more compute. If you need more storage, add more storage. If you need more network, just add more network. It's as simple as that. Your enterprise cloud is managed from a SaaS portal in the cloud. No more setting up complex and redundant management infrastructures. No more being tied to your data center. You can manage it from anywhere. We've been very lucky to have the benefit of a mature open source community that enabled us to bring a revolutionary new infrastructure to the market. Ignite runs a highly optimized COS operating system based on Linux and KVM. We run COS because it's got everything we need. It's got full and fast power virtualization. It's got vMotion. It's got great hardware acceleration. It's got memory over subscription. It's got hot plug CPU and memory. And it's got a great community of engineers to support the product. It's enterprise tested with strong security. It's tightly integrated with KVM, the most scalable and performant hypervisor on the market. It's got all the stuff we need, and it's built right into Ignite. This enabled us to create the fastest network virtualization and elastic flash optimized storage in the market. Because we converged our software technologies with KVM and hardware, we optimize everything down to the firmware level. It's years ahead of any other hyperconverged or infrastructure product out there. Before we dive into our technologies, let's talk about scaling. While hyperconverged products have done a good job simplifying storage, they come at a huge cost. By coupling compute and storage into single node building blocks, they are bound resources, regardless if you need them or not. Think about it. Every application needs a slightly different mix of storage and compute just for it. So what happens if you need more resources 3 months from now? You can't just add storage or compute independently. They're architecturally coupled. So what do? So many companies are forced to buy resources that they don't need or use. As you can see from this slide, it just doesn't work. The scaling cost doesn't work for most workloads. It's linear. Well, how do you solve this? We solved it by adding software control of network, storage, and compute so we can scale them independently, which is much more cost effective. We've solved it by allowing you to add compute if you need more compute, or storage if you need more storage, or network if you need more network, all with the ability to web scale. Look at the difference. 2.4x is a huge difference in scaling costs, and that's just with a small 8-node configuration. Let's talk numbers. The base unit includes a 48 by 10 gig E-switch, 12 to 112 TB of all flash storage, 2 to 8 nodes, each node with up to 24 cores and 512 GB of RAM. What's important is that you can run your infrastructure for less than $500 a VM, and that's all inclusive. And there's no virtualization tax. Think about the cost savings alone. It's tremendous. If you need more resources, just add the resources you need. You can extend your enterprise cloud by adding as many blocks as you need without limit. The resources are automatically added to your cloud pool and available for immediate use. That's pretty powerful in such a small footprint. Let's get back to our technology. We've got 3 advanced technologies built into the platform. The first one is our virtual network software embedded into the switch and the hypervisor. When you deploy applications, you can attach that application to a virtual network without the complicated mess of configuring NSX, VXLANs, and multiple layers of virtual gateways and routers. What is unique about our technology is that it is implemented in layer 3, enabling full line rate performance for 10 gig E and 40 gig E networks and beyond. Well, why is this important? Our virtual networking enables high-performance storage, thereby bringing the simplicity of software-defined networking to the entire infrastructure and the applications. What else does your virtual networking give you? Well, it gives you complete software-defined control so you can deploy entire networks quickly and on demand as businesses dictate. Typically, setting up a network requires deploying complex network services. We simplify this by automatically deploying all the microservices needed to get a new network operational in seconds. Services such as DHCP, NAT, and network-wide firewalls are all built in to our virtual networking layer. Security is built in as well. Any virtual network can be configured such that the network itself is a distributed firewall, which gives you the scalability and security for the most demanding applications. It can talk out to public IPs as well for your public-facing applications. You can even migrate applications to different sites without changing the application's IP, making DR really simple. The second unique thing we have is an elastic block storage that's all flash. It's really fast block storage that your applications can access directly from anywhere. No need for complicated distributed file systems. No need to keep extra copies of data across your nodes for data protections. The most common virtualization file system in use today is VMFS, which is a distributed file system. It imposes a huge performance penalty. It requires 3 translations for every I/O. Because distributed file systems have a lot of moving parts, they can be brittle, requiring synchronization across multiple hypervisors, which can lead to data loss if hypervisors fail. They also don't scale beyond 32 nodes, forcing extra configuration and complexity. In contrast, our elastic block storage technology provides the application with direct access to the block, reducing the translations to 1. That combined with our flash optimizations and network integration make our storage 5 times faster than the current approaches. With Ignite, you get a pool of block storage that you can allocate. That's all you need. It makes for faster application performance, and it makes your infrastructure more efficient so you can run more applications at the same time. I will show you in the demo. We also have really smart storage optimizations that maximize performance and efficiency with single instance, thin pooling, cloning, application-aware snapshots, full data protection, and HA. It's pretty powerful, and it's all built in. Our single instance optimizations automatically determine which applications are related to each other and stores only a single copy of the data. This, combined with automatic thin provisioning, provides significant space savings and enables storage over subscription. As we described earlier, we have architected an advanced and extensible platform with an incredible SaaS offering. With management in the cloud, we are able to deliver you our latest innovations on demand. Also, we can identify hardware and capacity issues before you do. It's kind of one less thing for you to worry about. We realize how important great customer service is. Our team offers real-time support through the portal so you can get answers very quickly. No need to wait on the phone. You can get answers immediately. The platform also includes on-site hardware service. Our team is obsessed about innovating on new ideas. We're adding new capabilities as we speak. You'll see us adding in some cool new features such as public cloud convergence, application orchestration, container integration. That'll all come in over time. Ignite is pretty unbelievable, and I think if you have a chance to experience it for yourself, you will agree. We have reinvented infrastructures. Let me walk through the demo. Imagine this experience as you consider a proof of concept. You roll in a 5U enterprise cloud. You plug it in, you connect one port from our switch to your switch, and you power it on. All you need is a set of IPs from your network administrator. Typically, registering an infrastructure takes several specialists and days and months to deploy. With Ignite, you can easily log into our portal, register your infrastructure, and deploy apps in really under 12 minutes. It's really amazing, and I'm going to show you that now. For this demo, we have already created an account on our SaaS management portal. All accounts are fully secured with multi-factor authentication. The hardware for the demo includes our base 5U system. It includes a 48 by 10 gig E switch, 2 nodes, each with 32 cores and 128 gig of RAM, and 14T usable all-flash storage. And as we discussed earlier in the presentation, you can scale all these components independent of each other. From the portal, now let's enter your service tag. A service tag uniquely identifies the switch and associates that switch with your account. Let's enter the unique IP range that you got from your network administrator. This is all you need to configure our router. Okay, now we'll save the configuration. The router is now configured with the unique range we just entered. What you see here is the physical representation of the enterprise cloud. At the top, you see the network switch. Below that, you see the node, the host assets. Below that, you see the flash pool. Now, if you highlight the ports on the switch themselves, you can see exactly where they're connected to. That one right there is connected to the WAN. That one's connected to the management network. and so on. You can see the two blue ones there connect to the hosts themselves, and that's automatically detected in the system. Register the two hosts and the flash pool and put them to use. Okay, we will start with the hosts. Let's give it a host name, a password for physical access if you ever need it. We will assign a host to a migration zone. Since we are in Reston, Virginia, let's call this migration zone Reston. And just think of a migration zone as a physical fence around a group of hosts. It's an important aspect when defining multi-geo configurations. Now let's register the second host as well. We'll go through the same steps. Okay, the two hosts are now registered and ready for use. We will now register the flash pool. Our flash pool capacity is true usable capacity. It's not deduped capacity. Our flash pool is all block, and storage virtualization eliminates the overhead of a distributed file system, making it 5x faster than first-generation hyperconverged systems. So that was it. We're all done with storage. No more SANs, no more LUNs, no more multipathing. It's all taken care of and highly optimized right out of the box. That's it. The infrastructure is set up and ready to go. Pretty simple. With other solutions such as VMware, you need network specialists, storage specialists, VMware specialists just to configure your infrastructure. With Ignite, a generalist can do it, and do it in minutes, so your specialists can focus on more important tasks. So you can see on this page now, everything's green and ready to go. The next step is to create a virtual data center. Virtual data centers are basically a liquid pool of resources that you can carve out from your infrastructure. Data centers can be assigned to business units. They can be assigned to customers. You can create as many as you like, and they span migration zones and geolocations. Let's create a new virtual data center for a business unit called BI, for business intelligence. We will show you a Linux example for big data apps and Windows SQL as well. Let's allocate 24 cores to this data center, 98 gig of RAM, and 4 TB of storage. It's probably good enough to run 50 or so general purpose VMs. You can enter any amount of resources to a data center. We picked 50 VMs as a good example. By the way, we support oversubscription as well, so you can oversubscribe cores and storage. It's as simple as that to slice and dice your resources. It's as easy as the public cloud. We are now ready to deploy apps, but first let's go create a virtual network, and you can see how easy that is as well. Virtual networks abstract physical networks from logical ones, removing many levels of complexity. We made it dead simple for application owners to create their own virtual networks that operate at line rates and provide application isolation. We support 3 types of VNets. Let's create a private VNet first. Private VNets are available to all virtual data centers in your infrastructure. For private VNets, you need a unique range of IPs. We also provide microservices like DHCP, NAT, load balancers. They're all built in, so you don't have to worry about additional hardware or software. It's like a self-contained SDN package, all on one screen. We also provide software-based firewalls that work at the VNet level. So if you specify a firewall at a VNet, any applications using that VNet will be protected by that firewall. So it's a great security feature, all built in. So that's it. We're all done with network, compute, and storage. We're all done on that. It's very simple. Now we're ready to deploy some apps. You can create applications from scratch using your own ISOs, or you can import them from VMDKs or VHDs. A quicker way is to use our templates, however. Our cloud marketplace allows you to download some common enterprise templates. This marketplace constantly is updated with new and exciting applications. As you can see, we support all the Windows apps, a lot of Linux-based enterprise workloads as well. Just so you know, Windows images are sys-prepped without a license. So when you need them, you have to enter a license to run them, or you can start and click through and just skip the licensing component. When you download them, they're saved to your local template store. So it comes from the public cloud down to your local store. You can also create your own custom templates from any VM instance that you want. So let's start by downloading a CentOS 7 template, and we'll also download a Windows template. As you can see here, this is your local template store where all your templates are stored. Now let's have some fun and create an application instance. So let's start there. New instance. Let's give it a name. Let's specify where to run it. We're going to pick the BI business unit. For networking, we can either choose the VNet we created or use Bridge. Let's use the VNet. So now you can see the CentOS app up and running. So now let's just console in and take a look. So just a note. So in under 12 minutes, we configured the infrastructure, configured storage, networks, compute, created a virtual data center, and deployed an app all in under 12 minutes. Pretty powerful. Now let's deploy a Windows app. Okay, let's give it a name. Let's use the same data center. Let's use the VNet we created as well. Now you can see the Windows app up and running. Let's console in and check it out. Now you can see how easy it is to deploy apps. Let's show you how easy it is to manage them. We provide fine-grained extensive stats for all the objects, including apps, migration zones, virtual data centers, hosts, and flash pools. Let's take a look at those. You can see the app view here. You can see things like vCPU memory, storage utilization. You see a lot of the activity on the workloads of CPU, write bandwidth, read bandwidths. And then we have a lot of storage statistics here around IOPS, bandwidth, also network bandwidth as well. So that's all baked in. So you have a one-point shot here where you can see everything you need to about that application. I have similar views for the other objects like data centers, migration zones. You can see those. Just a quick view there. You see migration zones as well. Now migration zones just show CPU and memory, and that's because migration zones are, as you remember, a physical abstract, not a logical one. So they're just showing the physical characteristics. So the last component here is the dashboard. That gives you a complete view of your entire infrastructure. So you can see things like migration zones, you can see the storage, you can see compute, you can see by virtual data center as well, and you can see like the hide items here. So if there's issues or anomalies or you're hitting some peak limits, this is the best place to go for that. It'll highlight those areas very easily for you. So pretty amazing. You have now seen how easy it is to deploy and use a superconverged enterprise cloud. We think the benefits speak for themselves. So we offer multiple ways for you to see this product. You can get a demo from our sales specialist. We also have a virtual lab where you can log into and reserve it for a day or two or three and download your own apps and run your own infrastructure there. It's fully dedicated to you. And then third, we offer POCs where you can register for a POC and we'll ship you a 5U unit in a crate with wheels. You plug it in and go through the cool demo that you saw today. It's as simple as that. So all of this was really about drastically lowering your TCO and simplifying your infrastructure. We hope this helps, and we can take your questions now.